everyone, and welcome. I sure have missed making soap for you, and well, today's going to be a day when I'm going to rectify that and make a soap. I got my delivery of Bison Tallow and traded off some goat milk and got myself about 20 pounds of this, which I'm just thrilled about because I try to keep it in stock for my bison cream. I rarely make soap with it simply because, well, I don't have a high volume of it. So since I got this in, I'm going to make a bison tallow soap. I got some new molds, I've got some ideas. I decided I wanted to make a soap on a rope. Haven't done that in a long time. And this seemed like a great opportunity to do that. Why? Well, first of all, this is will make a very hard soap. So it's longer lasting in the bathtub and or in the shower, wherever you choose to use it. And one of the problems oftentimes with homemade soaps is that they tend to dissolve very quickly because they don't have hardeners and detergents in them like commercial soaps do. And so it's really important to suds up a little bit with them on your sponge or your washcloth, and then wash yourself with that, not with the soap itself, because it will dissolve rather quickly oftentimes. And that it's so important to keep them dry in between uses. Well, one of the great things about a primarily tallow soap is that those things don't tend to affect it the same way. And by putting it on a rope, it's going to dry much quicker than it would otherwise just sitting on a pad or a tray. So I just decided that why not? I like a soap on the rope. It takes me back to my youth. That was kind of a fad and a thing back when I was a kid. And they are actually useful. It is, there is a benefit to having a soap on a rope. You can put it around your neck, so that you don't drop it. You can hang it from a shower, one of the shower hooks in your shower. You can hang it over the shower head. There are just a lot of different ways you can use it. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to get my tallow melted down. I'm going to get my other ingredients ready, and we're going to put this together. So come on along. Right, welcome back. So I have my tallow melted. I have my lye solution, which is goat milk, but it's only half goat milk and half water. And I'm going to tell you why I'm making this change, why it's not pure goat milk. I'm going to be scenting this with blood orange essential oil, patchouli essential oil, and the last bit of Indian sandalwood essential oil that I had. And I won't be getting more for obvious reasons. It's rather limited and the plants are becoming endangered, but I had this on hand and I thought I might as well use it in something. The problem is this combination can really accelerate trace. And I find if I use 100% goat milk, that it will really accelerate really quickly. But by cutting that with some water, it tends to slow down the trace a bit. So that's the reason why I am doing it this way. I just wanted to explain that. It's going to smell wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to putting this together. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting the lye solution mixed into our oils. the next step before these solidify and we take them out of the mold is I'm going to take some straws that I took. These are what are sold as compostable straws, and I'm going to use them to put sort of a placeholder for the ropes that will eventually go into our soap in a rope. And I'm putting them about a quarter of the way down into the down the top from the top of the soap. Doesn't have to be exact. And I'm just pressing them down until they reach the bottom of the mold. When the soap has set up, I can pull the straws out and put in the actual rope. So this is probably the most uninteresting thing you can watch me do. So I'm going to go ahead and get these completed. Then we'll come back and take them out of the mold and get the ropes in them. Now's the fun part. Let me show you just quickly just how simple this is if you don't already know. Simply take your straw and push it out the back, and there you have your hole. I've cut these 20-inch pieces of clothesline. This is cotton clothesline. It's not reinforced, it's just cotton. Why would I use clothesline? And why cotton? Well, a lot of soap on the ropes use plastic or otherwise synthetic type of ropes because they do last longer in water. But clothesline is made for use outdoors in the elements. And you can get plastic or wire clotheslines, but this cotton clothesline, I have had some on mine for over 3 years on a clothesline in my backyard. So yes, it does eventually break down, but since you're using it as a bar of soap, this will far outlive a bar of soap. So that's why I think it's a great alternative. It's organic. You can, when it does fall apart, you can simply throw it in your compost. It's just cotton fiber. That's all this is. All right. So once you have your hole, now you can dip this in wax if you choose. I don't. I just get a little creative and just do some twirling. But you find what works for you. And I'm just twirling it until it comes out the other side of the soap like so. Of course, you find the knot that works for you, but I find that just a very simple slip knot like this works just fine. And there you have soap on a rope. Simple, isn't it? And I don't know, it's just one of those fun things. Some of it is that it's a little sentimental. It's from a period in my life that I remember when things like this were around, and it's never gone out of fashion. I mean, there are companies all over that sell soap on a rope. That's not what I really mean, but there was a time when it was just so common that every house, or it seemed like every home, had soap on a rope. And it was more of a masculine thing, I think, at one time, but truth is, this could be a convenience for anyone. And you know what? It'll make your soap last longer. When you hang it, it's going to drip. It's going to dry much quicker than it would sitting on a mat or a pad. And it's so easy to do. And these smell wonderful. I will tell you that blood orange, the patchouli, and that sandalwood just come together just lovely in this, and I couldn't be happier. Now, sometimes you may be off center, like I was in this one. That's okay. Unless, it's not. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if it makes the soap non-functional or it doesn't look pretty, then it may be a keeper. And some of these, my soaps are never perfect. They've always got little bangs and scratches, and they look handmade because they are. So that's just sort of the way it goes. Now, this soap is still, I think it's just a day old. You could wait a week or so and do this, and it would probably be easier for you. But I wanted to go ahead and do this and complete this video, so that's it. That's all there is to it. Soap on a rope. I hope you enjoyed this, everyone. I'm actually thinking of calling this Buffalo on a String or Buffalo on a Wire. I'm not sure. I haven't quite come up with it since it's made of primarily bison tallow, right? Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. It was a lot of fun having you here. I'm sorry that I've been so a bit out of it, not doing my videos as frequently, and I will tell you that the event that I had at work really did have an effect on me in a way that surprised me. I quite frankly was just, this is what I do for joy. This is something that I know that there are people who do this to make their livelihoods, and I think that is wonderful. And I think anybody can. All you have to do is make the decision to do it. This isn't my full livelihood, but it helps. This little additional does help. If nothing else, it helps me to purchase more and do more, which is something I just absolutely adore and love to do, is make soap and make other things. So I will continue doing this no matter who doesn't like it. As long as it doesn't interfere with the work that I do, nobody should say a word, right? All right, that's all, folks. Thank you so very much. I'm going to continue these. I have 40 of these bars that I need to rope up, so I'm going to get to that. You have a terrific day, everyone. These will be in the shop in mid-July. All right? Thanks again, and I'll see you back soon. Goodbye.